3v3 Argus Desert Gate. We have Imperial versus Orks. DoW as a Commissar Lord, offensive and support commander, fights melee. Crackling voice there is a bug because these are not Deathcore of Krieg. Mordenheim as an Apothecary, support commander, fights melee by default, can heal. And Core as another Commissar Lord. Red team, we have three very angry Warbosses: Bahamut, Cursed, and Ganelon. They are disruptive melee commanders that stomp around. 3 victory points up for grabs. A contested VP in the east on this raised area. Usually have 4 commanders fighting over this thing. Natural for red in the south and natural for blue in the north. We have, good grief, triple sluggers from all of the Orks. This is going to be nuts. Blue team needs some suppression right now. Quadruple scout, from Mordenheim. The Warboss of Cursed is in the center up against Mordenheim's Apothecary, trying to get losses on these sluggers. They are down to 3 members. Are we going to get triple boss poles? That would be crazy. Las guns are no match for triple sluggers and they are forced to retreat. Can they even take their natural wreck point? They can. Warboss decapping the VP. Warboss has also pushed back DoW, though he has inflicted a lot of losses and forces off Ganelon on this side. Now taking the power point, can push forward, perhaps even hit this node. Center has been completely pushed by Cursed. He is getting his boss pole. Bang bang hammer for Bahamut. Ganelon has died. Freebooter pirate Orks with these big cutlass and custom shooter. Suppressed by the scouts, needs to retreat. Might go down in retreat, in fact. No, 19 HP, gets away. Quadruple scouts from Mordenheim. A shotgun on one of them to try and counter these sluggers with suppression. Apothecary forcing off sluggers, can try and retake the center now. Look at this, DoW completely pushing back Ganelon on this side. Here we have a boss pole on this Warboss, buffing all these sluggers. Took out the node, but he can't stand against triple sluggers here. They need heavy weapon squads out. He's going instead for Katashans, which we'll be able to suppress with their shotguns and disrupt with their grenade launcher, but we'll see how they fare. These guardsmen will be pretty lucky to get away here, I think. Triple sluggers swarming them. Sergeant goes down and it's a dead guardsman squad. Commissar Lord now uses his disruptive melee to get away. East side is completely red. Core back at base healing up. Mordenheim has his natural. Sluggers starting to get burners now, giving them a couple of power weapons and allows them to burn down generators pretty well. Ganelon pushing his side back. Triple gens here for blue. That's the only power they have because east is totally red. Core needs some help up here. Has a heavy weapon squad on the way though. They have a heavy bolter which will suppress, infiltrate a setup team. South is being retaken by sluggers. 406 plays 482.
Sir, power node's been targeted.
Bang bang hammer and boss pole for Bahamut. Very nice piece of work here. And the same for Ganelon. Cursed just has the boss pole. Here come Katashans. What can they do? They're getting swarmed by double sluggers. Was a bit overeager there. And they are forced off, and that's a lot of reinforcing to do. Mordenheim pushed back by Cursed. 392 plays 482. Warboss taking lots of damage and goes down. Here come the triple sluggers. No boss pole to buff them now against quad scouts, and they are going to be forced off. Good play by Mordenheim. Apothecary having to lead the line here, not where he's the most useful, but with quadruple scouts who are pretty squishy. They all have shotguns. This is nuts. Bahamut pushing east again. Guards don't need to run away. They have their sergeant. Here comes Mordenheim to support. Tier 2 for Ganelon. Shooter boys on the way out for Cursed. Light infantry ranged. Orks forced off the east. Blue team can try and retake it. Guardsmen with flamers burning down these generators. Will only get one, not even one. Katashans. I think a heavy weather squad would have been a better choice, especially on this narrow west lane. Mordenheim pushing east. Shotguns against a power node. Doing a decent job there. That was grenade launcher from the Katashans. They should be in front of the guardsmen, protecting them with their shotguns. Commissar Lord uses his default shield to get in amongst these sluggers. Here they come though. And that Gaza squad needs to run away and do. Forced off these sluggers though, and the Warboss lost the indicator for him. Mordenheim and DoW are pushing east. Center has been pushed though by Cursed, decapping Red's natural. He's now coming over to help out Ganelon. He has, where are his shooters? They are back at base. Have a big shooter, tier 2 for Bahamut, tier 2 for Core. Kadashan still have 7 members, but they are forced off and going to get caught in retreat by sluggers. That was nasty. Lost 2 members. There are more sluggers in their retreat path though. Get away with 4 members. Looks like Blues have got the east and the west locked down pretty well point wise, though there are a bunch of sluggers here. Blues have taken back their natural 2. 346 plays 471. We have a war truck on the field for Ganelon and has replaced the slugger squad that he lost. Must be inside the war truck. This gen farm is toast. East is blue. Heavy weapon squad covering it. Cursed Orks are now moving center. This Guardsman squad is in a lot of trouble. Retreat path covered by a bunch of sluggers. And they should get away. Lost 5 models in seconds. Bahamut has a war truck of his own on the way. Mordenheim hitting tier 2 now. DoW is the last to go. Commissar Lord moving into these sluggers, needs to disrupt them and can't. Couldn't get a special attack off. Shotgun blast from the Katashans. They are chased though. Not the best choice, I don't think, against triple sluggers. It's just too much for one Katashan squad to deal with. Here is the war truck. Mobile reinforcement point for Orks, can also transport them. This slugger squad has a knob leader, so they are pretty nasty in melee. Also using Swampum, which reduces their range damage, has now worn off. A scout squad wipes, yes, couldn't retreat in time. Apothecary healing up, leveling up to 3 because of all the sluggers that are dying here. Scout squads are all level 2. Ogrin's on the way for core, that will be very useful. There's the bang bang hammer. I don't see this thing much. Was recently buffed, so it's even better now against heavy infantry, especially. Was given power melee. Commissar Lord went down. This is DoW. Sluggers buffed by this boss pole, supported by a war truck, are very, very nasty. Plasma cannon on the way from Mordenheim. Ogrins on the field for core. Have their bonehead leader already. Very strong melee unit. We'll be able to disrupt these sluggers too with user red. Plasma cannon setting up a bit too close, I think. It's going to be some nasty friendly fire. There it is. Ouch. Hits the Warboss flush. Ogrins in melee with Ganelon. He has a lot of slugger support though, and his Ogrins are going to get wiped here. Bang bang hammer doing nasty damage to them. 342 plays 298. Stormtroopers with their metal guns make short work of that war truck. Need to target this other one. There's a melter bomb and that war truck is toast. All the sluggers get out and retreat. Commissar Lord has his power sword. This is core. DoW is still dead. Gonna be revived, which will level core. Both have a power sword, allowing them to disruptively by example.
Strategic point spotted here.
Double plasma cannons for the Apothecary, now getting a dreadnought, sorry. East is all red. Blues get their generators back. Can now try and recap their power. Dreadnought on the field, walker vehicle for Space Marines, starts off in melee. Inspires troops with every melee kill. Blue team now pushing west. Commissar Lord comes to cap east. 283 plays 298, pretty even. Orks have caused a lot of disruption though. Pushed back the blues for quite a while there. This dreadnought is really going to help, especially since none of the war bosses have a power claw. Spiky armor for Bahamut, which is a very strange one. I suppose it gives you health regeneration. Not many things around to melee it though. Here comes two war bosses. This is Cursed and Bahamut with their boss poles, which I believe do stack Dreadnought in amongst them. Does splash damage of every melee strike. War truck is here. Guardian squad goes down very quickly. This is nuts. There's Hammer of the Emperor from the Dreadnought. Sluggers swarming the west side. We see a weird boy, 2-3 weird boys, all using Warpath, buffing the speed of these sluggers to ridiculous levels. Their speed is already buffed by the Nob leader being there. And this is a dead plasma cannon surely. And down it goes, leveling these sluggers to 3, and now retreat, damage done. That was insane. Dreadnought still stomping around down to half HP. Use your choppers on this Warboss, has his power claw, that's why it's down so low. Devastating versus all armor types. We have power claw also on Bahamut, has switched his bang bang hammer. Dreadnought was forced to retreat. Zap going down on these Katashans. They have their sergeant. Or is that their demo man? Spiky armor going down on Ganelon's Warboss also. Huge amounts of pressure from these Orks. Very aggressive play. Bahamut forced off. Ganelon is also forced off. Weird boy capping east. 278 plays 229. Manticore on the field for DoW. Heavy artillery unit, hugely powerful, huge range, but very slow and vulnerable. A couple of hits from that power claw and it'll go down. Cursed coming back out of base. Look at the size of that power claw. Looks like it can take out anything with one hit. Commissar Lord comes to the east, not paying attention, trying to cap with a million sluggers around him. Puts up his shield. Now engages them. Should have decapped first, that's why he was there. Guardsman now supporting. He's going to be forced off though, might even go down here. And does. That's pretty sloppy play by Core. Mordenheim in centre. Weird Boy does decent anti-vehicle damage with his artillery attack. Dreadnought stuns the Warboss, but here comes a ton of sluggers. Is this a drop pod being called down? It is. And a Manticore strike. Orks just running through it. Warboss doing nasty damage to that Dreadnought. Ard Boy is used on him too. So he can tank that Dreadnought and takes it out. Blue team in disarray. Cannot deal with these sluggers. Your stick bombers also for cursed. More truck. Supporting too. Commissar Lord's gonna get ganged up on. Fully kitted out. Also has his flak jacket and stubbornness. Puts up his shield, but it's not going to last long. Grenade launcher by the Catachans knocked back their own Commissar Lord. Probably execute him for that. Swampum sluggers now in melee with guardsmen. Knocked back by Catachans and they all retreat. 211 plays 229. Another plasma cannon on the field for Mordenheim. Artillery unit that sets up. There's a Manticore strike, takes out the war truck. Slugger's now going after the Manticore and it's going to go down here. It's going to show its rear armor and dies in seconds.
200 points,
Plasma cannon is going to be swamped. East is being retaken by
our mates have
Core.
captured a power node.
Has some stormtroopers with him. They should be hitting this power here instead of staying around. Red team take Blue's natural. 177 plays 229. Tier 3 for Cursed. More stormtroopers on the way for DoW. Devastators on the way for Mordenheim finally.
We're losing a requisition point.
The boss pole, which they have 3 of, grants some suppression resistance though, so I think we'll need more than one Devastator.
Is under attack.
Stormtroopers in trouble here against the Warboss and double sluggers and the Weird Boy. Warboss taking a Stormtrooper and throwing him aside. 154 plays 229. They're still pushing mid 2. Angels of Death used by Mordenheim. Sluggers and Warboss is forced off here, as is the Weird Boy who just got away with 144 HP.
Understood. Upgrading tech.
Core went down again. Triple cap for red. Can't really see any way back for blue team, especially since Ganelon has a Knob squad on the way. Double Storm Boys for Bahamut. That's nuts. This one has a Knob leader. 106 plays 229.
So that's 100 points.
Mordenheim trying to take back his natural. Shooters with their big shooters shooting up generators. Will the Stormtroopers, sorry, engage? They do. Melter guns, of course, are good versus all targets, but they are a short-range weapon. Ouch. Plasma cannon almost wiping out a shooter squad. They're getting a Knob leader now. Warboss whacking on a power node.
Structure is under attack.
Couple more hits, it'll go down.
Ready to fight.
Might even try and decap it here. Nope. Now whacking on generators. Battle wagon on the way for Cursed. Knob squad on the field for Ganelon. That's an insane melee army.
Capability.
Pushing middle it. Here comes Mordenheim on the east side with double Devastators and a Plasma Cannon. A Librarian would be nice to support those guys. Storm Boys jump in, and this is a lot of dead Marines. Storm Boys have power weapons, of course, which tear through heavy armor like crazy. There goes a Devastator squad. Ouch, lost both of his Devastators there. Stormtroopers.
Emperor's worked his game. They may have us here, sir.
Ouch, and there's a Rocks. It's not going to hit anything, I don't think. In fact, takes out his own Stormboy Nob Leader. 39 plays 229. It's all over surely for blue team, and it has been for a while. Holding on admirably. Lehman Russ on the field for core. 36 plays 229, 1-1. Apothecary in melee with sluggers. He's fully kitted out, has a Sanguine Chainsword, armor of purity, and improved medical equipment. He's gonna die though. I think Purification Vials would have been pretty nice versus all these sluggers. Battle Wagon on the field. Had its main gun buffed to 200 damage. I think it was 130 before in 3.18. Lehman Russ, supported by Guardsmen, is going to wipe these sluggers. There they go. Stormboy is decapping. Ouch! Their Nob Leader goes down to a Commissar Lord. He's not using lead by example. There it goes. Here come more Stormboys. Stick Bombers forced off. They are a melee unit, though they serve as artillery with their stick bombs. Ouch. Big boom shot, or whatever it's called, from the battle wagon, forcing off Katashans, who are level 3 now. Red team now taking blue's natural. Triple plasma cannons for Mordenheim. Could get lucky and wipe out all of the sluggers. Nob squad on the way for Cursed. Looted tank on the way for Bahamut. Here comes the Commissar Lord. They are going to swamp these Plasma Devastators. Nobs are there too. Rock Strike. Force them off, but didn't do much more. Hit the Lehman Russ though. Double cap for blue team. For red team, sorry. Gonna be a triple, I think. It's all over now. Commissar Lord just alive. Another Dreadnought on the way from Mordenheim, but it's too little too late. And there's the game for red team. Crazy match with triple sluggers, loads of nobs, weird boys. What could have blue team have done differently? I think they should have got 1 or 2 suppression squads each in tier 1, and they could have held back the tide. But of course that could have led to a massive Stormboys, so I'm not sure what they could have done to stop that. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.